According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, you are much more likely to be killed in a car crash than to be murdered. Just in 2018, there have been 23 murders, but 44 deaths from traffic crashes. First Coast News' Shelby Danielson joins us now live with details from the scene of one of the latest, deadliest crashes today. Shelby?
Heather, as we've been saying, this is really an issue that is plaguing the First Coast. Behind me, you can see it's a very busy intersection. This is where that cyclist was hit and killed this morning, got caught underneath that semi truck. JSO says that the truck driver was going through a green light. The cyclist didn't stop. They went through a red light, and that's when they went underneath the truck. And the driver at the time didn't even know what had happened. He was later stopped. And we talked to the business next door here. They caught it on surveillance, and they said it's very disturbing. They handed that over to police. Today we spoke with other cyclists who tell us this kind of tragedy is becoming a norm. If the First Coast is so deadly for cyclists, why don't they just move out of the road onto the sidewalk?
Excuse me, y'all.
People in Jacksonville aren't aware that it's illegal to ride a bike on the sidewalk, so you don't hit pedestrians. But then when you're on the road, you're also at risk of getting hit by a car.
That's right. So they are in your driving lane because that's their designated bike lane. Have you ever had a close call?
Oh, yes. Plenty of times. People always looking to the left and never paying attention to the right.
Just look at this series of tweets from JSO. Vehicle versus pedestrian Tuesday night. The next tweet, they reported 42 traffic deaths and counting. Wednesday morning, another pedestrian versus car crash. Then another stat. About a quarter of traffic homicides involve a pedestrian. JSO says traffic deaths are preventable and, quote, they are not accidents.
There could be a more clear distinction on where cars and bikers are supposed to be.
We asked the opinion of some of the most avid cyclists around. And no, this is not an ad for Jimmy John's.
We had lots of close calls, we tell each other about it, but, it's part of everyday life.
These freaky fast employees are on their bikes constantly.
Florida drivers are among the worst drivers I've ever encountered in any state.
They know the dangers firsthand.
You got to ride the bike like it's a car, which is incredibly dangerous, but that's what the rules are, is you got to treat it like it's a very slow motorcycle that gets tired.
They tell us they've accepted the risk.
I feel like everyone in the stores almost had a rear view mirror take them out.
Oh yeah, I got beeped at a lot of times for just doing my job, but it's fine. It's a city, so you never know what's going to happen.
And ironically, the city's bicycle pedestrian coordinator was just given an award by the state for creating safe pedestrian bicycle right-of-ways around the city. We reached out to the city with these latest stats that are very concerning, but we haven't heard back yet. Reporting live near Talleyrand, Shelby Danielson, First Coast News on your side.